Yo guys, what's going on? It's your boy King07 here, back with another video. Before we get into this video, I just want to remind you all out there, the all are kings and queens, and I hope you all are having a very blessed day. Now I'm back with another Madden 23 video, and hold on. Before we get into the video, it would be greatly appreciated if you could drop a like on the video and sub to the channel. We got a bunch of Madden 23 content coming out daily, but today's video is going to be the 10 easiest superstars to trade for in Madden 23. The first player I'll be showing you how easy it is to trade for him. It's going to be Harrison Smith, a little on the older side, 33 years old. Superstar though, dev trait, 91 overall. Let's go ahead and trade for him. We're going to go ahead and offer a third and a fourth round pick for Harrison Smith. See if this gets accepted. It's rather close, so probably just got to offer like another future fourth round pick to them, and they'd probably go ahead and accept the trade offer. We go ahead and yes, it's a third, a fourth, and a future fourth, and that gets the trade done for Harrison Smith. The second superstar I want to show you that is relatively easy to trade for is strong safety Jamal Adams in Seattle. 26 years young, already 90 overall, superstar. In a year or two, you could get this guy probably to 99 overall. Let's go ahead and trade for him. And just keep in mind what you're giving up for this guy, right? So Seattle needs a quarterback pretty badly. Daniel Jones, he's the guy moving forward. Who really knows? But you could go ahead and give up Tyrod Taylor and a second round pick, and this almost should get the job done. No, it's not even close. I was mistaken. It's going to be Tyrod Taylor and the first round draft pick. And there you go. A backup quarterback and a first round draft pick for Jamal Adams. To me, that's an absolute steal. Back to kind of trading for a little bit of the older crowd. It's going to be J.J. Watt, 87 overall, 33 years old, superstar depth traits. Go ahead and trade for him. He can give you 1 to 2 more, probably definitely 2 more solid years in your franchise. Here you could offer them a third and a fourth round draft pick, and this should almost get the job done, as you can see right there. So it's kind of a similar package to what you gave up for Harrison Smith. It's going to be a third, a fourth, and then a future fourth round draft pick. Should get the job done. Actually, it doesn't get the job done. So you're going to have to end up giving up a third, a fourth, and another future third. So 2 threes and a fourth for 87 overall superstar. J.J. Watt is not bad if you ask me. Next up, we have Michael Thomas, 91 overall superstar, 29 years old, 6'3". We're here offering a current second and a third round draft pick for Michael Thomas. Does this go through? It doesn't go through. So I think what gets the job done for Michael Thomas, I think it's a first. I think it's just a first straight up for Michael Thomas is what gets the trade done. It actually isn't a first. You're going to have to put up a little bit more sauce than that. A first and a fourth. Can that get the job done? We're getting closer and closer. Let's do a first, a fourth, and then a future fourth as well for Michael Thomas, the superstar himself. And there you have it. A first, a fourth, and a future fourth for Michael Thomas. Hey, that's a pretty good trade. Fifth on the list is going to be Byron Jones, a corner, and Miami, 29 years old. He's an 87 overall, 92 speed corner, pretty solid, and it doesn't cost a whole lot to really acquire him. We could really offer like a second and then maybe like a future fifth, and that should get maybe close to getting the job done. It's about there. It's like 60%. If we had a third, like a future third or a future fourth, well, we do have a future third. Let's go ahead and offer the future third. This should get the job done. It actually doesn't, so it's going to take a second and a third this year. I wish we had a fourth to see how close that would get, but a second, third, and then you got to offer like a future, whatever you want, a future sixth, a future fifth. That will get the job done right there. A second, a third, and it's a second, a third, and a future sixth to get 87 overall Byron Jones. Next up is 88 overall Packers safety Adrian Amos, 29 years old, 88 overall. Go ahead and trade for him. This is kind of a common theme. I guess this is relatively easier to trade for safeties than any other position. If you want to go ahead and offer, well, every team does have a third and then a fourth this year. Well, we have a third and a future fourth. See if that goes through. It doesn't. It's not really even close. So if you want to offer here, we do have 2 thirds with the Dolphins, and the trade still won't go through. So it looks like it's going to have to take 2 thirds and then a future fifth. I think might get this done. If not, it's gonna be a fourth. So 2/3 and a future fourth is not it's not too big of a price tag for an 88 overall player. Wow, that actually does not go through. I'm actually pretty surprised about that. So a second and then a fifth this year should go through. If my calculations are correct, they're not. My calculations are off. So a second and a future fourth. Is this what's going to get the trade done for Adrian Amos? It's not. So, are they really making me do this? A second and a future third? Because I know a second and a current third would get the job done 100%. And I think that's what you have to do. You got to do a second, a future third, and then a future 6th round pick. So 2 future picks and a second in this year's draft, and you get Adrian Amos. Next player we're going to trade for is one of the highest centers in the game, 86 overall, 30 years old, David Andrews of the New England Patriots. Lineman regressed rather slowly, to be honest, so for him you could offer like a third and a fourth, and this should be pretty close to getting the job done. It is pretty close to getting the job done. So a third, a fourth, and then either a future fourth or a future third will be what unlocks the code. And there you go. A third, a fourth, and then another future fourth, and you get one of the best centers in the game. Next up is 88 overall defensive tackle, 29 years old, Michael Pierce of the Ravens. And it's going to be a similar package as all of them. And guys, I'm using draft picks because draft picks are valued so much higher than most things. Like, all right, they want a left guard, a left tackle. If we wanted to offer like a left guard, our John Runyon. And then they want wide receivers. We don't really have a lot of wide receivers, but like Sammy Watkins. And pretty much here, we almost have the trade done. And then if we just throw in like a 3rd round draft pick, that should be it. But we don't have a third. We have a future 3rd round draft pick. Can we see if we get this through? It's almost there. So it's going to have to take a future 2nd round draft pick to acquire Michael Pierce. So 2 just average players and a 2nd round draft pick. That's what I'm trying to show you though. Like, we could have got rid of Sammy Watkins and John Runyon and just threw in like a future 3rd and or a future 4th probably, and it would have got the job done. But it just depends. Like, do you want to trade like some players that kind of have value, or like do you want to trade like a pick, like a 4th round pick where you're gonna get like a 60, like a high 60s, maybe at best case scenario draft pick as a rookie. Next up on the list is the backup running back in Cleveland, Kareem Hunt, super talented, still young, 27 years old, one of the highest rated running backs in the game. Just go ahead and you could offer them, we're offering Dean Lowry and a 2nd round pick for Kareem Hunt. Oh, we're close, really close to getting the trade to go through. So you could probably throw in like a future 6th round draft pick, see if it pushes it over the edge. And there you have it. Some random Dean Lowry, 28 years old, 75 overall left end, a 2nd round draft pick, and then a future 6 for Kareem Hunt. Last player I'm going to show you who is relatively easy to trade for, Jimmy Ward, strong safety, 87 overall, 31 years old. And I'll be honest, EA has made it harder than in years past to trade for players, that's for sure. But there's always a way. There's always a way, like a future 3rd and a future 5th for Jimmy Ward. That's red interest. They're not even interested at all in that. Straight up a 2nd round pick for Jimmy Ward. It's basically almost accepted at this point. Now you can just throw in some random players that aren't really going to play a whole lot for your team, like Randall Cobb and Jaron Reed. Will that get us the trade to go through? It does let the trade go through. So 2nd, Randall Cobb and Jaron Reed for an 87 overall safety and Jimmy Ward. And guys, that's been 10 of the easiest high-rated players in Madden to trade for. And if there is any other players that you realize and recognize and scouted and searched through your franchise that they're easy to trade for, that are high overall or younger, that could grow really high in overall, comment it down below. But if you did overall enjoy the video, make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. It's been your boy, King 7. I'm out. Peace.